Brooke.
And Chelsea.
So the next couple of videos are going to be very different. It is going to be a part 1 and a part 2 video. So this is the part 1 video, and essentially I am talking about the City of Angels, Los Angeles, and what growing up in Los Angeles was like. And the next week we're going to get in Chelsea's story and what growing up in Las Vegas is like. So a lot of what is going to come out of my mouth, I'm sure you guys have heard before when it comes to Los Angeles, but I'm going to let you know how that has personally shaped me as a person growing up in Los Angeles. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Chelsea is going to just be here by my side as moral support, but it is primarily going to be me not shutting up. So I was born and raised in Los Angeles. I was literally born in Santa Monica, and this is all I know. I know Los Angeles and nothing more. And so, you know, growing up in Los Angeles was interesting just because I thought this was the norm. I thought how we lived life was the norm. Everybody works fast-paced. Everybody thinks this way. Everybody is the same. Since becoming an adult and going to places like Portland or going to Arizona State for school, I've learned it is not like that everywhere else. So Portland was like the big eye-opener for me that, okay, I live in Los Angeles. And that was also a very opening experience to me because it made me realize the world does not revolve around Los Angeles. A lot of people want to go to Los Angeles, and it is the dream for a lot of people, but getting out of the state has made me realize, God, we're so small, and the shit that we care about is so minuscule in comparison to the rest of the world. Being in a fast-paced city like Los Angeles, you're sort of always on guard. Everybody you meet, you take them with a grain of salt, and you're very skeptical of a lot of people and their intentions. And it sucks because there are good people in the world. I learned very late in life that people aren't as good as I wanted them to be growing up. And in turn, from going to being a very open-minded person and wearing my heart on my sleeve, I thus became a very guarded, skeptical, paranoid person, which sucks. I don't want to be that way. That isn't who I am at my heart of hearts, but LA has definitely shaped me to be this way in one way or another. Obviously you guys have heard the stories about how terrible LA traffic is, and yes, it's pretty terrible. Not only is traffic terrible just because it's a crowded city, people are also assholes on top of it being a crowded city. And so you'll be on the car, you're sitting in traffic, and you'll see two people jetting around each other and being a douche. And you know, if you sit in that every single day and you see dumb people doing dumb things on the freeway, it's because they think that what they have going on is more important than anyone else on the freeway. Where they need to be trumps whatever anything anyone else has going on. And it's that mindset that makes you a very skeptical, paranoid person living in LA, because a lot of people sometimes do have that mindset of like, it's sort of this tunnel vision of like, what I have going on is all that matters and everyone is second to that. And that's the other thing. You go to a place like Portland and people are nice and talkative. People in LA, they're very into themselves and like not friendly at all. Please chime in if you have something.
Very self-centered city.
Very self-centered city.
Everyone's self-interest is top priority, and if it gets them further is the only time they'll take interest.
Don't even get me started on that topic. That's the other crappy thing about living in LA. First of all, everybody's an aspiring something. It's like the city of hope, but like
Boulevard of broken dreams.
It is literally the boulevard of broken dreams. Everyone is an aspiring something, and if you have anything to do with entertainment that is going to get them an inch closer to their dream, they want to be your best friend. You're in a city and you're trying to make friends, but you have to second guess everyone's intention and if they really want to be your friend, or is it because some sort of association with you is going to get them a step further.
And Brooke is such a helpful and people-loving person. You know, she's pretty selfless. She's not, you know, if someone reaches out to her from like 4 years ago that she hasn't talked to since, that she had one class with from college, and they're like, hey, I saw you work here and here, you know, you want to grab drinks or get lunch or something, you know, she's not gonna shoot him down and be an asshole about it. She'll go and she'll like give him her spiel, like, this is what I did and here's what you can do. But you know, she tries to help pretty much anyone who tries to take advantage of her, which sucks.
And said, I'm not the competitive type that will put you down because I'm not going to get ahead, because I truly believe that everybody has their own path, and if you're too focused on the lane to your left or the lane to your right, you're going to miss out for the opportunities you have going on. So we're all on our different paths, and so I never want to hinder someone. I only want to help. But it does suck when I get those messages and I know automatically they want something from me. I also hear the misconception that LA is full of beautiful people. There are a lot of good-looking people in LA. It doesn't matter. I love more than anything to tell you, no, it doesn't matter. Just be yourself. But I'd be lying to you, because I have seen people get ahead with no qualifications, no talent, no people skills, but they have a pretty face. I've seen it, and I'm not saying everybody in the city operates this way.
And for those of you, you know, that want to move to LA because, you know, you're in this small town and you want the opportunities and you're a big fish in a small pond, just remember, you're moving to the ocean.
The other thing too, you got this fast-paced lifestyle, traffic, so many people minding their own business. For a city like that, you think people will be too self-absorbed to pay you any attention. No, it's also a very dangerous place to live, which is what's crazy. There are certain neighborhoods to where walking around is okay, but generally in LA, you gotta be careful where you're just walking around casually because it is not that type of city. With all these people in the city, I can't just freely walk around hoping to make friends. No, you have to go to a certain bar and a certain type of bar in the right city to meet the right kind of people. It's a whole thing. Now, as if it wasn't tough enough just walking casually on the street trying to meet people, if you did want to meet people, like I said, you gotta go somewhere. To get anywhere, it takes 20 minutes to get anywhere. So when you're making plans, the first question you ask is, where is it at?
There have been so many things that we just automatically turn down because of where it's at.
You know, to say you live in Los Angeles, sure, it's kind of cool. But the other half of that too is, you know, you're living in Los Angeles with all these people doing awesome things, whether they are celebrities or behind the scenes people making millions of dollars. And remember, they all look so pretty. It is hard to not compare yourself living in a city like this. It's hard to, you know, I do try to stay in my own lane, but every once in a while it is tough to not look to the person to your left or your right and go, they got it going on. But I have nothing going on. But then you look at your situation in comparison to someone else who might not live in the city, and you're like, all right, I got it going on.
Yeah.
So you're constantly comparing yourself to the people around you, no matter how hard you try. It's just tough not to. I've talked a lot about the people here and how, you know, we're not necessarily rated one of the friendliest places in the world. You have all these people, but I don't feel a sense of community the way that you do in like a New York or San Francisco. Certain parts of Los Angeles have community, like obviously West Hollywood because it's, you know, predominantly the gay population lives there, and you know, Venice because it's got the beach vibe. But unless you're part of those specific communities, LA as a whole, there's not really much community. Over the evolution of living in Los Angeles, I would say I've become a very impatient person, unfortunately. You know, again, this is all I know. Getting out of the state every once in a while when I have the opportunity is nice because it is a fresh reminder of like, Brooke, not everyone thinks this way, not everybody lives their life this way, and get out of your own head and realize that Los Angeles is this in comparison to the rest of the world. I know I sound very pessimistic. Los Angeles has a lot of great things as well. I'm not saying that it's the worst place to be. I'm definitely proud and happy to be here. But again, just growing up and living here for as long as I have has definitely shaped a little bit of the way I look at certain things. But I do think for someone who has lived in Los Angeles as long as I have opened my eyes to different types of people and different cultures just because I'm fascinated and curious about people, like Chelsea said. I mean,
Los Angeles is a huge multicultural city.
Yeah.
There's different kinds of people from all over the world, not just the country, because, you know, it's the entertainment capital, basically. So everyone comes here hoping to fulfill their dreams.
So hope you guys got a little bit more insight into the type of person I am. I feel like you got my pessimistic side, but again, I'm not a pessimist. I would consider myself an optimist person, but you know, there's some real truths out there. But make sure you guys please tune in next week for Chelsea's Growing Up in Las Vegas video. Be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up. Be sure to tag 3 friends. Let us know where you live in the comments below. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am OMG Brooke Berry.
And I am OMG Chelsea Berry.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye!